Yo, yo. You are here. You are here. You are tuned into another episode I.O.W. Sports Network Sports Show, episode 294 with your boy, Wildcard Ma. And of course, that guy over there, this Detroit man, the man with the Grandmaster plan for the I.O.W. Sports Network.
What up, Del Nichols?
What's happening? What's happening? Hope everybody had a great weekend. And we made it here, y'all. Man, time is flying. We are at Thanksgiving week. What? Turkey Day?
Santa Claus about to start coming. Him and his reindeer.
Man, bump that old motherfucker, man.
I'm still waiting on my I.O.W. with a Kung Fu grip.
I don't even want to talk about that, man. It's like literally, bro. Like when you hit Turkey Day and when you got kids, especially younger kids, you're like, you just looking at your bank account and you just looking at every penny in that thing.
Do you really want that?
You be like, man,
you kind of talk them down. You don't
oh yeah. I look at my bank account. I'm like, man, bank account, man, you look so sexy right now, but man, you better look ugly in a couple of weeks, dog. You better look busted in a couple of weeks. Damn, for real. But shout out to everybody that got the kids, man. Take care of the babies. It's all right. That's what we do it for.
Hey, man, create memories, man. Create memories.
Yeah, because Christmas ain't nowhere close about us no more.
For real.
we on the other side of the coin, it ain't about you no more. But hey, man, you know what it is. Tap in with us, I.O.W. Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, let you know every time we drop new content. You dig? I.O.W. Sports 1 on the Twitter as well. And you can catch us separately, whether it's No Name Podcast for all you Detroit Lions fans, Wildcard Chief for you can't see Chiefs fans. So man, we everywhere. But this this show, we got a couple of things to talk about for sure.
Cheesy.
So man, I think one of the craziest stories right now is that Angel Reese situation down in LSU, man.
Yeah, man.
It's I don't know what to really think about it. It's because it's like you kind of getting conflicting reports.
Right.
Was it because it is, because of that? Who knows what it's for? But I do know, certain things are going to be said, and I mean, but I don't know what to really make of it. Obviously, we're going to form our own thoughts and opinions, but just take a listen to what was asked of Kim Mulkey the other day. Hello,
Kim. Are you there?
Are you there, Kim?
Kim. See,
Kim
be fucking up.
Angel, you said she.
All right, well, come on, Kim. Waiting for you to talk.
Huh.
All right, well,
your mouth crept here.
Well, I know. Well, either way, we'll get that situated in just a second. But kind of give me your thoughts and your opinions on what the situation is with Kim Mulkey and Angel Reese over there.
I don't know, man. Just give me vibes of same thing she did in Baylor with the tall chick, Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner.
You know what I'm saying? And Brittany said it was all about when she told about her sexuality and everything. It was cool when she was with Baylor. Then when she left, she was like, "Oh, you go. We don't want to talk about that gay stuff no more." And then when she got in trouble in Russia, she kind of like didn't really say much. Saying defend her, nor did she condemn her. She just didn't say much. And then like you fast forward now, she got Angel Reese over there. And it's just a lot of moving parts though at LSU, man. You looking at the moms getting into it on Twitter, ex-players on Twitter, giving their opinion.
Yeah.
And, I just didn't like, here's the thing, a few things I didn't like, but with that thing with the moms, it was kind of like, bro, why are you talking about her GPA on Twitter? You know what I'm saying? She didn't even put that out like that.
Yeah.
That's why she got 2.0 and less and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, why you putting that out on Twitter like that?
Yeah.
If y'all got beef, you know what I'm saying? Y'all come together like women and settle the beef. You know what I'm saying? Not on Twitter, face to face, and settle that. You know, it's bigger because it's bigger than y'all. When you have athletes or have children who are in the spotlight like that, you can't handle stuff like you would if you had, and I always use the word regular, but you know what I'm saying, non-celebrities, I guess, for lack of a better words, children. You know what I'm saying? That's different because only a few hundred whatever number of people gonna see it. But when you a celebrity, you know, millions of people gonna see it, and then people in the media gonna take it and they gonna put it out there, and then you got more, you know, and it's get magnified and magnified. And it might have been something this simple, and you ain't mean it like you said it, but people gonna take it different ways. And then you look at when it came down to how Kim Malky handled it. I didn't like the way she handled it either. You know, she was snapping off at the media and they asking questions. You know, as a coach, if you have a star player and your player don't play, they're gonna be like, "What's up?"
Yeah, they're gonna ask questions.
You already know that. So why come out there all like, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I didn't like that. Then I didn't like the fact people was talking about it's the NIL, and once you got that money from the NIL, now she's not playing the same, and you know what I'm saying? I didn't like none of that stuff, man. I think here's the thing. When you saw she got benched at the first game they played, I think it was before the Kent State game, the first game they played, when they lost to Colorado.
Yeah.
Angel Reese came out, she saw the Aaron 3-pointer and then, missed horribly. She took out the game, set her down for like 1 or 2 series. It's like, okay, whatever, And that I don't have a problem with because, you know what I'm saying, you need to reel your players in. I'm cool with that. Put her back out there. You ain't hear nothing about it. And the second time they played Kent State, she didn't play the second half. Then they go play Southeast Louisiana State. She didn't come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you seeing this as a reporter, as media, you gonna ask questions. Hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Well, first of all, that's their job.
That's their job, right? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, your star athlete that helped you win a national championship last year.
Right.
We saw her minutes diminishing, and she went at the last game. What's up? I mean,
shut the fuck up. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what she said in so many words.
Yeah.
And so here's the point I will raise. First of all, with the NIL, I think the NIL does have some issues that you could raise in general. But I think the problem is the coaches, the players, and the university need to get on page, team up, and educate, protect,
and
inform. What I mean by that is that you're gonna have players that's coming into more money than ever seen in their life. You know what I'm saying? What up, Amp? More money than ever seen in their life. So you educate them on how to be smart with their money. A lot of these people coming out of neighborhoods, coming out of places, communities that they just been impoverished.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you educate them. Then you inform them, hey, this is what's gonna happen. You come, you're gonna get Uncle Billy and them, cousin, Ray and them. You educate them. And then you protect them from the roaches that come around the university trying to, hey, you need to take this deal, you need to take that deal. So everybody, the university, the coach, the players are all involved in it. And then you have a committee with all of them on there. So there's not one person who has the power to make changes to the NIL. Everybody has to agree.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the things. Go ahead. I see you want to say. Go ahead.
No, that's fair. But I know we got somebody on the line. They're here with us.
Oh, okay.
AR's in the building.
What up, Ant?
Yo, what's going on?
What's
Not
up,
much, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm chilling. I just got out of a meeting, so I'm on my way home from school.
No worries, bro. Obviously, you being a student athlete, man, and having to manage grades and things like that. This Angel Reese situation is crazy, man. So kind of give us like a peek behind the curtains on what it's like to be a student athlete and all the pressures and things and a lot of things that can easily distract you, man. Kind of give us like a breakdown so that we can actually kind of understand what Angel Reese is dealing with, man.
Yeah, for sure. I would have to say at the next level, it's very easy with the freedom that you have now being a college student compared to when you're in high school to kind of just not do what you're supposed to do, whether that be from going to class, going to practice, going to study, whatever it may be. It is very easy to, if you don't have the right head on your shoulders, to just kind of F it up and just not do what you're supposed to do, you know? And I can only imagine how it is at a school like LSU compared to, me being a Division III athlete. So I can only imagine at a big school like that, how much more distracting it can be. So, it's not unusual for someone who maybe wasn't pushed as hard or held to a standard in their high school career to when they take that big step, especially someone like her that came off, the national championship and all those things. And
Right.
she's, especially for a woman's athlete, to be on such a high pedestal, because usually you don't see, the NIL numbers for women college athletes to be as high as men, but she's, skyrocketing, over a bunch of male athletes as well. So she's on
Right.
such a pedestal with so much attention
That's all
that
right.
it could be very easy to kind of, mess up and, maybe not being held to the standard now that, she might have to be facing some punishments or whatever going on,
Yeah. That's
That's a
a
good
fair,
point, Ant.
yeah, that's a great point. Because her NIL, what she's making, man, is crazy. She's
It is, man.
I think I might got the figures wrong, but I saw like up to 4 or 5 mil.
It's somewhere
Yeah, it's
around that.
crazy.
Yeah. So and when that comes with certain different pressure, certain different a lot of obligations that she's attached to that she has to figure out and manage. But for me, look, I understand Kim Mulkey getting some backlash. I can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I truly do. But at the same time, her job is literally dependent on her players making sure that they're focused, making sure that they are present, eligible. First of all, make sure your grades is on point, and making sure they, hey, remember that at the end of the day, you got to be here for what the name on the front of the jersey is, and not necessarily the back. Because if you take care of the business of what it is for the front of the jersey, the name on the back of the jersey will get taken care of as well too in these college days.
I'm gonna say this. I don't disagree with you. And Ant asked a question about the NIL. She got to stay in school. I think so. That's what I think I heard. Ant. I'm not 100%
You
sure.
gotta stay in school. Ain't nobody.
I mean, if she switched schools, would she lose that money? That's
well,
what I mean.
it's not incumbent on the school that she plays for. It's a.
I mean,
name.
I know she ain't gonna just leave school.
No, but it's a name, image, and likeness. They're paying for her.
Right.
They're paying for Angel Reese.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is why would I pay for Angel Reese if she can't get on the court?
Oh yeah, I agree with that. But here's what I say though. Here's where the issue lies, and you remember they told the story about Julius Peppers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was taking underwater basket weaving and how to write your name classes and stuff like that. And so you had those issues, and they looked the other way because Julius Peppers was a performer.
Yeah.
And I'm just using him as an example because there's several athletes. I can go back. I remember when Derek Coleman was at Cooley, and bro, he was getting so many gifts and stuff when he was at Cooley. Looking like, dang, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it happened, and it still happens. Now you talk about Angel Reese. You know what I'm saying? Is it because her and Malky not getting along? Is that why they raising a question about her GPA? Because you can't tell me all of a sudden her GPA just fell off. It's probably been like that for a while. It takes a while. I mean, think about it. We all been in school. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about if you haven't been to college, you're in high school, the basic structure is the same. It takes a while for your GPA to just completely drop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you just don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You just don't turn in nothing.
And we're in November, so that's almost maybe maybe
What?
3 months of
3
school,
months,
and
you know what I'm
that she
saying?
probably just so answer this for me. Like, how quick, obviously you being a student athlete, like how quick is it to drop that GPA, man? Like what's the time frame on this if it's quote unquote the GPA that is a problem with Angel Reese right now?
I mean, it really depends. I mean, for me, it hasn't been a problem. I had a 3.2 last year, and I think I'm a high 3, like 3.7 or something right now this year. So,
Nice.
I mean, if you just keep up with your stuff, it's harder to fail than to do good, really. I mean,
Right.
I went to a school that was very heavy on, prepping me for college. So like this to
Mhm.
me is easy, but the advice I can give to people is really just to stay on your stuff. Because once you get behind, then it's, it gets
Hard to
really
catch up.
hard to get back over it because these professors, a lot of them just don't care, if I'm being completely honest. So if you just do what
They
you got to
don't.
do, they're just there to get their check and to do whatever. So you just got to really just do what they're telling you and you'll be fine. But it's once you get behind that 8 ball that really makes it struggle. Like it's a struggle because you have so much stuff to do on top of the stuff that you're now being assigned that's new. And then you got, how many classes. So if
Right.
you got bad grades in every class, how do you expect somebody to, because now like everyone's about to go on Thanksgiving break. And then I know from
Mhm.
my school, I think we're done the 15th of December. How is
Yeah.
somebody going to pick up their GPA in maybe 2.5, 3 weeks of actual school time? It's not easy.
Yeah.
That sound like, oh my goodness, damn, I don't miss school, bro.
And then the other point I wanted to raise, man, I loved school. I ain't gonna lie, I loved it. I love college.
Mm-mm.
I love college. Let me say
Oh,
that.
well, I love college, but I did not love it for the academic part, bro.
That's why I loved it for though. I like learning new stuff, so I
Yeah,
love it.
because you a nerd, bro. It's okay. It's
Hey,
okay.
I admit it. But here's my thing though. One thing I want, another point I wanted to raise was like when you watch that interview, and they asked Kim Malky a question, and basically she was like, first she was talking about, well, I don't get on social media, I don't know nothing about social media, blah blah blah, and then she said, I've been doing this for 40 years. So now here's the thing, the underlying thing to that is, and I think some of the issue with some of these coaches is they are been doing it for so long, they refuse to change when new stuff come in. Cause like you could tell she don't do social media. Social media, it's not even new anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's a way of life. You're gonna get these athletes coming in now, and student athletes coming in now. They are heavily into social media. It's just what it is, and you just need to be aware of what it is and be informed of what it is, so you know what's going on when stuff arises.
Yeah.
And then the second part to that too, which I've been doing it for 40 years. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you've been doing it right. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't change with the times. At least be aware of the times that's coming in, because I think a lot of these coaches are so out of touch and can't relate to the student that comes in because they so fixed on that's how I've been doing it this long, and I'm not gonna change that.
Yeah.
And I think that might be part of that. Go ahead, Ant.
Coach got to be into my fault for cutting in, but
No, you good.
we just went through that this year. Last year we had a head coach. He's been there forever. Like I think 40 years. He actually was top 5 in wins in career out of like active head coaches last year out of every division. So he was there forever. And when I was a freshman, I came in, I felt no connection to our head coach. This year we had a change to a younger guy, Coach Palazzo, now here at Montclair State. Right. He is a much younger dude. He actually went to Montclair, played at Montclair. Yes. And his connection with the players is so much better. It helps also keep in with, keeping us in check and keeping us in line, because he's been through what we're going through now. Right. And with social media and stuff, he's not somebody who's out of touch with that. So when you have somebody that's not connected, it makes people slack off and maybe not do what they're supposed to do because they feel like they're not going to get caught, or you know what I'm saying, or someone who's not in tune with social media, especially at that level. If they're not on social media, they don't see what's getting posted about their team. How are you supposed to manage your team that way? So I think that's a big thing, that if someone who's especially at that level of exposure doesn't use social media, I think that's an issue.
I agree, man. And I agree. And I think that's part of the issue that's going on at LSU. I think it's a coach who's out of touch. I think it's a university who won't embrace the NIL like they should and teach these kids. I mean, you think about it. If I know me, I don't speak for me.
Yeah.
I'm 18, 19, and I got 4 or 5 million. I'm gonna act a complete nut. It's just how it is. I mean, I'm just being real. I had 4 or 500 and I acted a complete nut. You know what I'm saying? He's got 4 or 5 million.
Hey, bro.
So you bring them in, you train them and tell them, you know, hey, this is what you're gonna experience. This is what's gonna happen. You know, now you exposed to now you in a different tax bracket. You know what I'm saying? You in a different atmosphere where, you know, you don't have to worry about looking at price tags, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So then you're gonna have family members who see you and they see your face on everything. Hey, I got this business I want you to invest in. Hey, I got this you know, sob stories coming in. Hey, you know, I can't, my baby ain't got no diapers. Your baby had no diapers when I was broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'm not saying you shouldn't help people. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but you can't help everybody. You know, and you have to learn those things. And I think it's up to the university. And I'm putting all on university because the parents need to be involved too. But I'm talking for this scenario, you know, the university, the coaches, and the players should team up when it comes to this and don't demonize NIL. Because I'm hearing that narrative thrown around too. Oh, it's because she got paid, and that's why she acting. It's because she got paid. I don't think that's the total issue. It may be part of it, but I don't think that's the total thing.
I'm glad you said that because I think it's part of it because we do got to understand, and to Ant's point, when you have a student athlete, especially a female student athlete, getting this much, you know, stardom, much attention, in such a very big amount in a, you know, short amount of time, you gotta take in the distraction part. You gotta factor that in because, I mean, like you said, you 18, 19 years old, you getting 4 or 5 million, cameras in your face all the time. People want cameos with you. They want to, you know, shout you out, this, that. You know, it can be distracting. Like how many 18, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds are prepared to be in that situation?
Every interview I get, they ask me a question. So Jamel, that play you made, man, I'm trying to fuck these hoes. That's my answer to everything. I got 5 million. I'm trying to fuck these hoes. You know what I'm saying? That'd be my answer to everything.
I mean, it's distracting, bro. I mean, it really is.
That's it. If you had an NIL deal, right? I know you know you said you had some structure, but the NIL deal for 2 or 3 million, how much you think that would change you?
I mean,
honestly,
I think I would maybe I wouldn't change my work habits. I mean, I would still do the things I do now because I love playing the game I play. I mean, could I? I mean, I don't really see it that much. I mean, because maybe the things I would do, my lifestyle would probably change. Yeah, because I mean, now I have access to funds that I didn't have before.
Right.
But I mean, I can't really say that a definite answer because I'm not in that position. I probably wouldn't be in that position. But for me, it's hard to put myself in those shoes because I'm living the life of a student athlete that doesn't have those things.
Right.
And I'm not on that big scale of things. So it's like, it's kind of hard to put into perspective because I'm already so used to doing what I'm doing now. You know, it's kind of like a routine or regimen. So, I mean, if you threw 2 or 3 million in there, it'd probably just make it a whole lot better. But, you know, there's definitely probably going to be some sort of changes that would happen. But, you know, you still got to, you know, she has the opportunity with this kind of money to change her whole entire family lineage. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of money is something that could really get to somebody mentally if, you know, they're not being supported properly by their family or the support staff they have at that school. So I could see how that might, you know, rattle somebody.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point.
No, that's a great point. But I mean, it's but I definitely want to touch on that part where you said about Kim Mulkey part.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, hey, it's 2023. Come on, Kim. Yes. You don't have to be so entrenched in social media, but you still got to be aware that social media plays a big part in a lot of people's everyday life.
Some of these kids grew up. That's what they grew up with it. They grew into it. It's it's entrenched in their lives since they were a little child. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's
different than like her. You know what I'm saying? She didn't grow up with it.
well, yeah, she's
She
old
didn't
as
grow up with
shit.
the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I'm just saying. But
yeah.
I don't mean that to be trying to put her down. I'm just being for real. She didn't grow up with it.
Well,
So
yeah.
her
distraction
right.
of social media.
So she gonna have a different perspective. So I
Yeah.
understand her having a different perspective, and I respect that. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing from people who went from the horse and buggy era to the car era. And see, I don't mean it as a joke. I do not mean it as a joke. I'm just saying. Think about it from the standpoint. You know, it may sound it may sound funny, but think about it. If you used to just ride, you know, all you know about the horse and buggy era, right? And then all of a sudden you got these automobiles, you're gonna be like, you know, you're gonna be kind of like,
yeah, it's gonna throw you off.
It's gonna throw you off compared to somebody who grew up, all they know is cars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think kind of the same thing with her. You know, she didn't know nothing about internet. And then here it is, like, oh shoot, internet, oh social media, but doesn't mean you shouldn't embrace it.
Hey, think of it this way: with all these horsepower, I gotta make sure the spark plugs is right, the oil change is right, transmission and stuff is connected.
Right.
Hey, but I got a horse and buggy. I just gotta make sure my Clydesdale don't get malaria, bro. We good over here.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Make sure he got a trough to drink out of. We good. Yeah, and I hear you do keep the money when you got out of school, but how well did you manage that money?
It off.
Yeah, how well did you manage that money? So yeah, you might have $4 million here and $4 million there, and then you tricked it all off. They kick you out of school.
Hey, I know me. I'm tricking off that money, dog.
Oh, I know. Nigga, I just told you what I be doing. Mr. Thomas, yeah, I was a great play you made. You covered that fumble. Man, I'm trying to fuck these hoes.
Hey man, hey, I already know I'm tricking off that bread, dog.
I be in the club like,
hey man, they gonna have to pull me out the club. They gonna be like, yo man, Mar in the club. They're like, he supposed to be at practice.
like, hey, bitch, what you do for 5,000? What you do for 5,000? I got this hot five right here. What you gonna do?
Hey man. Hey, it was like he said, was you on the bus with Rosa Parks?
I saw it, man. Fuck that, man. Fuck that.
But no, man, it's a lot of distractions that can easily happen. But man, let's talk a little college football. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ed, jump in here, man. Who's your Heisman front runner, man, right now? Who's your Heisman front runner, bro? Because
I would say it's either Harrison or Daniels, right, from LSU. I mean, I think those would be the two guys you could give it to.
Okay.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr.
I like Marvin Harrison for it.
Yeah, Jalen Daniels did well.
Yeah, I don't like Bo Nix for it. Not. They got him leading it. I'm like, how is he leading it for the Heisman, bro?
Who do they have leading it? My bad, I was cutting out.
No, Bo Nix.
They have Bo Nix leading it?
Yes, that's all you hear is about Bo Nix. That's all they pushing Bo Nix so hard. I'm like, why? I'd rather push Michael Penix over him.
I don't know.
Michael Penix beat him. So how you?
Yeah, but even then, Penix is like 500 total yards less than Daniels.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying if you can put them two, Penix and Nix, I'd rather have Penix. But I do like Daniels. So I do like Marvin Harrison Jr. I like Marvin Harrison Jr. over a lot of them because he been balling, bro. He's Ohio State's offense.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He that whole offense, man. They need to play. They throwing it to him. For real.
Marvin's somewhere down there. Go get it. I don't know, man. I just like the way Michael Penix has kind of been very consistent this year. I
like him in the conversation.
I mean, they're undefeated. Washington's undefeated.
I'm just saying, yeah. I don't disagree with you on that. I'm just saying.
Already beat Bo in Oregon. I'm rocking with Michael Penix, man.
Okay. I'm not mad at you with that.
But here's the thing. I understand why a lot of people are saying Jalen Daniels because he's been, been putting up good numbers, which is admirable. But I mean, come on, man. When you have don't tell me that's a Heisman showcase when you put up that many touchdowns against Georgia State. Stop. Georgia State. Come on.
Hey man, look. I long as they don't give the Bo Nix, that's all I'm saying. For real.
Hey, I just gotta get Bo, dog.
I just don't think he's in the conversation. I mean, if you got 5 people, he number 5. He shouldn't be 2 or 3. Number 1, he should be 5. I mean, that's just straight up. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's a horrible quarterback. I'm not saying that. No. They got a lot of college quarterbacks that's garbage. You know what I'm saying? Compared to him. So but I just don't think he should be in that top conversation. And I don't know why. It seems like they pushing that narrative of having him in that top conversation over players to me that deserve it more than he does. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you. Now, I don't mind if you got Jalen Daniels in the conversation. I wouldn't put him at the top. That's just me.
Man, I go Daniels. I'll go Penix, Marvin Harrison Jr.
That's 3.
That's 3 right there. And I'm forgetting somebody. I know somebody I'm forgetting. But at least those 3. At least those 3.
Hold on. Are you taking Caleb Williams out of your conversation?
Yeah, man. I gotta take Caleb out, bro.
Oh, so then you would have to put Bo Nix at your 4 then.
I ain't got to do shit.
They can't win. They can't win though. USC. They just fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing about USC, man. That defense is garbage, man. Even when it's awful, man. It's been games where Caleb Williams actually played well, but then the defense just give up the game.
Yeah.
So I think if he had a better defense, he'll be up in that conversation a little higher. I think his defense and Lincoln Riley didn't over here finessing people out of money between them two. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what messing him up this year. I think if the defense played better and he had a better coaching staff over there,
yeah.
I think he'd be in the conversation.
I think he's still in the conversation, but I think you give it to. I mean, I would say Harrison got to be the guy. If I had to pick somebody right now, I would say Harrison.
Yeah, I can see that though.
Yeah, but I think that Michigan in you is still mad at Harrison.
I mean, you know what? I'm a sports fan. I'm a sports fan above everything. You know, I go to fuck Ohio State and all that stuff route, and I mean it in my heart. But however, you know what I'm saying? I still recognize great talent. You know what I mean? I recognize great talent. He's a talented receiver. So I can't be no hater. You know what I'm saying? I can say fuck him and still say he's a good talent. I think that's the Michigan me. It's like the Michigan me say fuck him. The fan of me say he's a great player. And so we just battling inside all the time.
You think you guys can get him this week?
I don't know, man. After that Maryland game, I was confident. After that Maryland game, I was like, dang, what y'all doing?
That's what I'm saying. That was a little scary.
I mean, it could be a thing of Michigan looking ahead to Ohio State. Maybe that's what it was, but I don't know, man. Because like the last couple of games, I mean, I expect Penn State because Penn State has a decent defense, but they finally overcame that. And it's like when they played Penn State, they start off, struggling. Then you can see where they came on and start playing. Well, Maryland almost came back and beat them.
I know, that was crazy. I was watching that while I was working out. I was like, there's no way they give up this game to Maryland going into Ohio State week. That would have been crazy. But even the game being that close, I look at that, and then with everything going on with Harbaugh and all this stuff, like that's a very like dysfunctional organization right now with all that stuff going on. So
Hey, all right, I gotta ask you a question, man, because I need to hear this. So you hear all this speculation and all this stuff going on with Harbaugh and Michigan and getting suspended. Say you are on one of these teams and last minute you guys get bumped out, and yet they keep Michigan up there at the top because they're undefeated. How would you feel as a student athlete that, hey man, what is these dudes being in here and they coach getting suspended for this and that and his second suspension twice in a year? And like, how would you feel as a student athlete? Be like, yo, I feel like we're getting robbed over here.
Yeah, I mean, I would feel disrespected. I mean, I wish I could fast forward to next year's playoff, 8 team. I think they're going to, right? I mean, I think that's going to solve a lot of these problems. Because I think every year there's a case for about 2 to 3 teams that could be like, we got robbed. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, our strength of schedule was harder. We lost to a conference. Something like that happening.
Yeah.
So I think that'll take a big load off of that whole thing. But I think, in my opinion, and again, I'm a Penn State dude, so this is not like favoriting Michigan or something like that. But I feel like at this point, you can't give it to nobody else but Michigan. I feel like even if Michigan loses, Ohio State, Michigan, and Georgia have to be in it. If Georgia wins out, and if Ohio State or Michigan beat each other, I don't think you could take one of those 3 teams out of the top 4. Especially with Florida State losing their quarterback. That's one more team where it's like, all right, do you bump Michigan or Ohio State out because they lost to one another? I don't think you can do that. So, I mean, I would feel disrespected, but I feel like the committee has their hand tied with those 2 teams.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I just because I can't remember.
I don't think Harbaugh going to the Chargers or the Raiders.
Nah.
Who the hell wants the dang on Raiders job? For real, that's a dysfunction, man. I would not want that job.
Well, I'm just saying, just as in when it comes to dealing with just in general, the fact of the matter is you gotta like when you are on one of these teams and you see that these coaches are getting suspended, and now Harbaugh's getting taking his second suspension this year. I mean, it kind of, just for me personally, it would raise questions. I'd be like, well, damn, well, we didn't do enough. Because you already know there's going to be some.
You should have been cheating too.
Well, but hey.
Yeah, but okay. Here's the thing, though, Lamar. Okay, the first suspension, I think that was over the I forgot. It was over to him doing the
recruiting.
The recruiting thing. Yeah, the recruiting thing. Thank you. Yes, the recruiting thing. And based on Carball's explanation, it was kind of weak. Now I wasn't there, so I don't know what it was, but I was like, that's kind of weak to kind of suspend him for that. But that's the NCAA. The second one, it wasn't Harbaugh who actually. Now I'm going by what Harbaugh said. It's not me defending me. I'm just taking the facts. It wasn't Harbaugh that actually did the filming. It was someone on staff. Now they suspended him because he should know what's going on with the people on staff based on what the NCAA said. But the Big Ten suspended him first.
Yes.
Before they got all the information from NCAA. That's the part I didn't like. Let NCAA do a full investigation and pass down the punishment.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So dysfunctional. Yeah. Stick with something and just make that what it is. But I think we're doing way too much. I mean, the NCAA just has a tendency to just do stupid stuff. So, I mean, it's not out of character, but it's making this thing so much more of a bigger thing than it needs to be. Have a verdict, stick to it, and when the things come out, take the next steps. But, I mean, I can't even keep track of it no more, the way they're doing all this stuff.
Yeah,
that's a fair point. You bring up such a good point, because at the end of the day, it's like, can we get something definitive? Can we get something, concrete?
NCAA just always been like that.
I mean, yeah, and they just fired a linebackers coach or something.
Yeah, I saw that. And then it seemed like us is Sharon. I think his name's Sharon, the guy that's coaching while Harbaugh's out. Remember when Harbaugh got suspended the beginning of the year? Michigan didn't look the same. They look kind of. And then now, when Harbaugh came back, they look better, look stronger. Now he's out these last couple of games. Michigan ain't look the same. So that's why it scared me about the Ohio State game, going to Ohio State, because Harbaugh won't be there. I'm like, bruh, come on, man. You gotta beat Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? I got people at work I need to talk about. I need you to beat Ohio State.
Hey,
You
bro,
know?
you know they're gonna be on your head if y'all lose.
Oh my God. I ain't gonna hear the end of it. I ain't gonna hear the end of it.
I mean, I'm just saying, get prepared because when these college football playoff rankings, the final ones come out, and say Michigan goes undefeated, they beat Ohio State next week, they win the Big Ten in a couple of weeks, and they go undefeated. There's going to be some talk. You know, what's these cheaters doing in the college football playoffs? You know, and say you got a couple of one-loss teams on the bubble right there. They're going to be some questions. There's going to be some thoughts. Well, you know, your coach is cheating. He getting suspended. This and that. I'm just saying.
I hear that, but my thing is like
every conversation.
And I think it's like, but if you look at the team and how they've been playing,
yeah,
it's like, what team is better than the 3 teams that's up there now? How they've been playing. And I'm like an Ohio State fan. You know what I'm saying?
And Ohio State hasn't been looking impressive.
Yeah, but who you gonna put over Ohio State? They haven't been looking like Ohio State like you used to seeing. Outside of Marvin Harrison.
Okay,
so I was saying, let me say this about Ohio State.
But what about a one-loss Oregon? You leaving a one-loss Oregon out of there?
I got Bo Nix. Fuck Oregon.
That's why they just need to expand it already because you won't have that issue no more.
Yeah. I agree with that. Ed. They do need to expand it because a one loss. Okay, let me be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. What do you do with if Washington gets to their championship and lose? Do you keep them out? I don't think you should keep them out because they basically ran the table up until the championship.
Do they have the standings out right now? The updated ones?
No, they'll probably drop them tomorrow.
Yeah, I think they come out like Tuesday, Wednesday. But so I'm saying, so it's like, I think the way Washington been playing all year, the way, Georgia don't look like Georgia either. But Georgia, so here's the thing. Georgia and Ohio State on the same trajectory to me. It's like they start off looking kind of very sluggish. Now towards the end, they're starting to look a little more like themselves. Do they look exactly like it? No. But it's starting to come on strong a little bit. So I think, go ahead.
To your point, I would probably, I can't put Georgia and Ohio State in the same situation because here's my thing. Georgia, for me.
Oh, okay.
Georgia is you pretty much been the top dog for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Look, I know we're talking about this year, but for me, I won the last 2 national championships. I beat everybody in my path. Tennessee was ranked. They thought they was give me a challenge. I whooped their ass. They thought Missouri was going to give me a challenge. They were ranked. I whooped their ass. Kentucky, anybody, whoever else, any challenge that they put up against Georgia, they beat them. At some
talking
point,
about this year, right?
Yeah, this year. But I'm just saying, like, as
without Bowers too. Bowers was hurt.
Yeah, and Bowers was hurt. And so my thing is like, I can't put Georgia, even if Georgia would somehow lose the SEC championship game, I would still put them in there because of one loss.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that one.
Georgia's been like, you've been the pinnacle of college football the last 3 years. I couldn't take him out.
I think Florida State when lost their quarterback, you have to put them in.
Let's speak on that. That's a bad loss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Losing Jordan Travis is bad. Obviously, you cannot predict injuries. You can't.
Yeah.
But you lost him playing North Alabama. Who?
Yeah, that's messed up. You lost him playing.
I didn't lose him playing Miami, a rivalry game. I didn't lose him playing Florida, a rivalry game. I didn't lose him playing a SEC championship game. Clemson or whoever else is in the ACC championship game. I lost him playing North Alabama. Who?
Right. Like what?
I didn't even know. I know there's a north side of Alabama in the state, but I didn't know that they named a university after the direction of Alabama.
Yeah, I don't even know where the hell that's at. It's in Decatur, Huntsville. I don't know. I'm asking like North Central, but I mean,
North Alabama.
I don't know too many cities in Alabama.
So they got him. Is there a Southwest, East, Central Alabama too?
It probably is.
But still, you didn't lose him playing Alabama. You lost him playing North Alabama. What?
Yeah, that's a messed up. I mean, well, I mean, it's like nothing you can really do about it. You're not gonna not take him out and not play him, even though you play North Alabama. You're still gonna play him. You may not play him the whole. You might not have the intention to play him the whole game.
Bruh.
You figure you're gonna be up on North Alabama, and you probably pull him.
Hey man, throw your.
But you at least start him.
Nah, damn that. Throw your 3-4
No,
touchdowns.
you tell me. You mean tell me?
Hey, throw your 3 or 4 touchdowns in the first quarter, and then go sit your ass down.
Oh yeah, if you up on him like that, yeah, I can see that.
Against what I'm doing is I'm calling certain plays. Hey man, this is what me personally. This is a dream stat line when you play in North Alabama. All right,
it's like preseason.
Hey, yeah, hey,
you're trying to see who can do what. What your depth look like?
Hey, bruh, here it is: 4 touchdowns, 300 yards. And it's all coming off 5 attempts because you're going deep.
Right, stat game, right.
Yes, that game. Hey man, I need you to go 6 for 8, 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Because we throwing the 9 round
attempts.
Yeah, 5. Just throw it deep. Hey, get and then go
get touchdown. Go down.
Yeah, I'm not getting you hurt against North Alabama. Come on, dog. Like, get these quick stats and then park it. Because the thing is, now Florida State should, because they are undefeated, should still be the top 4 team in the college football rankings when they come out tomorrow. They should still be.
Yeah, it still should be. But
you don't know what they're gonna look like after the fact. They're losing Jordan Travis. We don't know what they can look like.
I think Florida State are in trouble because of the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Who their last 2 games, Ant?
There's no way. There's
they already played Miami. They played Clemson already, didn't they?
Play Clemson.
They ain't played Clemson, so I'm like, who the hell are they playing next? Who's left?
Florida State.
Huh?
I think they play Florida, right?
Yeah.
They play Florida. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one without your. Oh yeah. They might be in trouble, Florida.
I mean, regardless. I mean, is it fair to say that they're not going to finish in the? So
let me ask you this though. So a 1-loss Florida State team, do you put them in the playoffs?
Not without the quarterback.
Thank you, Ant. Not without Jordan Travis. I can't put you in there without Jordan Travis. Okay. So you got Florida. So here's their last 2 games. You got Florida coming up.
So that's not an interesting statement. Now, say for instance, so what do you do? They run a table.
No, there is no running the table.
Let me listen, because you based it. You're not based on a record. You're basing on their roster. Okay, so if they run a table and they don't have their quarterback, do you exclude them out because they don't have their quarterback?
No, if they run the table, they're still in it. I don't think you can take a team out because they lost their player. But if they lose to Florida, then that's like, all right. I think there's 2 games left. They play Louisville as well. I think so.
Yeah, they play Louisville. That's what.
So I mean, that's. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you come out of that with 2 wins now without him. But if you do, that proves that you could still be at that caliber without your quarterbacks. You stay in, but I think they're definitely going to drop 1 at least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think they dropped 1.
First of all, you got 5 and you're about to play Florida, which is a rivalry game, and they're 5 and 6. Now, if you lose that, that's not a
bad loss.
Wait, they're 5. Florida's 5 and 6.
It's a rivalry game, though, bro.
Bad loss.
It's a rivalry.
If they lose to 5 and 6 Florida, they don't deserve to go play Georgia or Ohio State.
You.
It's a rivalry game. You don't give a number for being a rivalry game, bro.
They 5 and 6.
I've seen bad Michigan State teams beat Michigan. I've seen bad Ohio State teams beat Michigan and vice versa. It just happens.
Yeah, but
come on, 5 and 6, dog.
If you're trying to make a statement that you should be in it, you can't lose to Florida, no matter what the circumstances are. If they're
they 11-0, and you lose to 5 and 6. Come on, that's a bad. I get your point about the rivalry point because hey, we saw what the Chiefs did with the Broncos the other day and 2 weeks ago. You know, I understand completely what you're saying, but that's a bad loss, and then. Then you go to the ACC championship game with 1 loss against a 1-loss Louisville. You lose that one, or even if you win it, I'm still looking at that 1 loss against a bad Florida team.
So who you putting up for Florida State? You gonna put Oregon in there then?
Isn't Washington still undefeated? If at that point, if they are.
Undefeated?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that means Oregon has to drop 2 because they play Washington. Probably play Washington in championships. They can't put Oregon in it.
Right. Yeah.
So who's left?
What about Louisville? They're ranked 10th and got 1 loss. What if they beat Florida State?
And Louisville is a pretender.
Oh my God.
They're not.
Oh yes.
I don't see Louisville.
The great pretender.
They barely beat Miami, didn't they?
Yeah. Barely. And Miami is just garbage. They started off strong and just start sinking slowly into the sewer.
That's what happens when you don't run the clock out.
Yeah, that was dumb as hell. He should have been fired on the spot.
Hey, bro.
On his way to the tunnel. Yeah.
The Miami.
It's not the first time he done it. That's the thing. It's not the first It's like, bro, as soon as he start heading back to the tunnel, where you going?
Yeah, where you going?
Fired on the spot.
Parking lot is that way, bro.
They should have hit him with the Jamal Adams walking into the facility. The key card don't work. That's what
come on, my key card. You never want your key card.
The key card worked just fine. Key card don't work.
Your key card don't work. We will send your stuff via direct deposit. Not come back this way.
Be home when DHL come to deliver your stuff, bro. Just be home.
Just be home. Sign the paperwork, send it back.
Yeah, for real, dog. I would have sent them packing like a mug, dog. But I don't know what because the next 2 weeks is pretty much going to be telling who's going to get in, obviously, to the college football playoffs. So we'll see what happens. But about 34 minutes left in the show. What were some of the craziest things you saw in week 11 of NFL, AR?
Well, one of the craziest things I seen was the fact that the New York Giants put the ball in the end zone. It's kind of been a while this year since you've seen them actually do what they're supposed to do, and to see another Italian guy, DeVito, come in and have a good game. It was inspiring.
Hey man, I can't even cap, man. I was like, what? I was like, oh look,
who is that?
Giants got 3. So Giants got 3 wins this season. Mm-hmm. 2 of them against Washington, bro.
Typical Commanders, man. It's like
Commanders play the Eagles tough and lose to the Giants. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it, bro.
Hey, AP, don't get quiet on the stream now, baby. Yeah,
right.
Your Commanders.
Where you at?
Yeah, your Commanders is looking real shaky this year, bro.
So I do really like Sam Howell. I really do like him. I think he's a great young quarterback. He could really become something special, I think.
I think this week I saw he was leading in passing.
Yeah, he was passing.
I'm like, what?
But he might be leading the league in interceptions at the end of the year. So I don't know.
That's Josh Allen's crown. Don't take that from him.
He lost a quarterback who didn't make his bid.
That's just wild. I was just another game that kind of was perplexing, I guess. JETS, man, I'm done with y'all, bro.
I can't. They.
Oh yeah, that's why that motherfucker ain't here. I just realized that
he don't want to face the music.
I've been waiting to talk about the Jets on here for a while, bro.
Go ahead. I'm gonna give you the platform.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna send us to Nick.
So I look at it. Oh, hi, Nick, because I know this is going to be sent to you. Don't worry, I'm not going to be bad-mouthing your Jets, because I like the Jets roster-wise, and I think they could be very good. Mm-hmm. But I think their leadership, honestly, is terrible, if I'm being completely honest.
Really?
I'm looking at it like this. All right. So you have guys like Josh Dobbs. Mm-hmm. You have guys like DeVito. You have these guys who just come in randomly, right? Randomly. They just wandered onto the team. DeVito, I don't know what he was doing before he got up out of his bed. and walked to the Giants facility one day and got signed.
Right.
Playing like this. And then you have Zach Wilson, who I will sit up here and for the most part defend on a level because I really do not think that he's as bad as people make it out to seem. It gets to a point to where you have to look at the coaching. You have to look at that.
Okay.
One thing I have to say is you as a coordinator have to make it easy for a player like Zach Wilson. You have to make it easy for him. You think DeVito and Dobbs comes off of getting traded, hops off the bus or the plane, I should say. Don't know the players' names, but leads them to a win against the Falcons. And then against my Saints, who have a very good defense, they made it easy for him. They're letting him play football, making it easy, trying to dumb it down as much as they can so that their ability, they can use their ability and things aren't as complicated. The Jets, I think they have no confidence in him. His mentals is destroyed. His mentals is destroyed because, first of all, you play in New York, one of the worst places to play in, because one day everyone loves you, and the next day they're at your house with pitchforks and torches ready to burn your house down. And then, I mean, you have interviews where Robert Saleh is like, oh, yeah, I don't even know why we have him playing anymore. Like, we have to talk about that. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're on national television saying this? Like, I would not want to play for the dude. Why would you want to even play for the dude? He's saying that about you. They had no faith about him. You have Rodgers in there, who's one of the greater quarterbacks to ever live, mentoring the guy. And it's like they're not even playing football. Like, you have a quarterback. You might as well just run wing T. Don't have a quarterback on the field. Run with Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook the whole game. Don't even have a quarterback on the field. Let the guy make throws. Let the guy go through a progression and make throws. Now, if he F's it up, then that's just how it's going to be. But they don't even trust him to run pass plays.
Yeah.
So the defense is going to stack the box. Breece Hall averaged, 2 yards per carry, and Dalvin Cook had maybe 12 yards on the day because they're just going to stack the box.
Yeah.
So the best pass play was the fake punt. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yo, I was going to say that. I was like, how the hell their best pass play came from their punting yesterday? Because this is literally what I said leading up to the game. And I had picked the Jets to win this game just because I just think Buffalo is fraudulent or not necessarily fraudulent. They just always get hyped up to what they're not.
Frauds.
Yeah.
They're frauds. They're frauds.
So I said
give in now. They frauds.
I said this.
I said that they would have finished third in that division, especially if Rodgers was healthy.
Hey, so I said this leading up with my man Bobby G on Game Time 2 and 6, the Thursday night recap show. I said this is the game plan. And I said Nathaniel Hackett, who absolutely sucks as an offensive coordinator. He's trash as an offensive coordinator. He's trash as the head coach. He's absolutely, I don't know how this guy keeps getting a job anywhere in the NFL.
You got a catalog of pictures on people.
He must got some blackmail on some people because this guy is hideous as a coach.
Right.
Shouldn't even be coaching offense. But I said Breece Hall needs to have 20 plus carries and Dalvin Cook needs to have another 15. Breece Hall has 10 carries yesterday. Dalvin Cook has 2. Buffalo's rush defense is not that great. It's really not.
Well, their line is awful, though. Like, their line is genuinely terrible. Their offensive line, the Jets.
The Jets offensive line is terrible. But here's the thing: what you can do when you got a terrible offensive line who's terrible against pass protection: run the ball. All offensive linemen are always good at going forward. It's when you start getting exposed when you start having to have them wait backwards. All right. If you haven't
but if like what Ant was saying though, if you're not gonna trust your quarterback to pass the ball, then I'm just gonna everybody come up to the line, stack the box, and let you know what I'm saying. And I'm just gonna depend that you're not gonna throw the ball and stop your run. Bro. So it doesn't matter how good or how bad your offensive line is, you can't block 8 people.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. And then you have Dalvin Cook, who's supposed to be in pass protection, not blocking the guy who's blitzing up the middle. Like, it's not always on the quarterback. You know, it's always a culmination of things. And I hate when people just are so quickly to blame the quarterback.
Yeah.
Or sometimes the head coach and the coordinator does get blamed they don't deserve. But in this situation, you have Zach Wilson with a defensive-minded head coach and a terrible offensive coordinator. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't give the guy a good recipe to succeed with the terrible offensive line. And then you have one good receiver. Alan Lazard, he
that's
drops
Aaron Rodgers,
so
right?
many passes. He drops the ball more than he catches it.
Yeah.
And then Randall Cobb isn't what he used to be. And then you traded Mecole Hardman earlier. So, he doesn't have a great scenario to succeed. I don't even know how good Rodgers would be able to do, because you saw Rodgers at the end of his time in Green Bay that couldn't even do nothing. It was the same kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because I've been preaching that for forever. I'm like, come on. Like, Aaron Rodgers still wouldn't have been your, oh my gosh, he's our savior. He's going to save us in this situation. How do you just automatically assume that? That offensive line is still pass protecting him. If they can't protect
the offensive line, is why he not playing.
Well, yeah. I mean, he played 4 plays and they dropped back, 2 of them? And the pass rush was in his face. So it's like, you can't sit here and just blame it all on that. And they're sitting there wasting a prime playoff, dare I say, even a Super Bowl caliber defense that is getting wasted. It really is.
It is.
And I don't know, man. The Jets, but to Anthony's points, I see that he said that the Chargers are the team that is even worse. I might have to agree with you on that.
That coach got to go. He got to go. He's got to go. That's what I'm talking about. He's got to go.
Hey, man, but you got to catch that pass, bro.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah. Pass. Here's the way he catch the pass. Yeah, you still talking about the coach got to go, but you're not really down the Chargers as much if he catches that pass. They win the game.
What, they have 7 drops? 7 drops, I think?
Yeah.
Terrible. You can't do that and win a game.
No. You can't. No, you can't. You can't. But I mean, Brandon Staley, but let's be honest. The Packers have not been a good team this year. They have been terrible.
Jordan Love is garbage.
Yeah, but Jordan Love was looking like Joe Montana yesterday.
Who?
He was looking, bruh. Here's the thing.
Joe Morrow, maybe. Not Joe Montana.
But isn't Brandon Staley supposed to be a defensive coach?
Supposed to be.
Okay, so where's the main problem at with the Chargers? Defense,
and then you lose Bosa.
So how does he deserve to keep his job? We got to stop this, NFL. When the coach comes in and say, "Hey man, I am a coach, but I specify in offense or I specify in defense. That's my specialty. Mm-hmm. I'm better equipped to coach my team when it comes to the defense." And then you get elevated to a head coaching job. Okay, I get it. When you head coaching job, you're supposed to oversee everything. But if I'm a head coach and, hey man, my specialty has always been defense, and the defense is the worst part of your team,
that's a problem.
And we can't sit here and act like they ain't got no names on that defense. Come on, Joey Bosa is good. I know he stays hurt, but is he not good? Khalil Mack is still good.
I believe they're 32nd in pass yardage, giving up 32nd, I believe.
Yes. Oh, so they're giving up the cheeks. They are absolutely giving up the cheeks. So we can't sit here and just keep guys around for coaching purposes when this guy is not getting the job that he supposedly, quote unquote, specifies in. He can't get the job done.
Hey man, I don't understand. I will say this. I think what's saving his job is that year after year, the quarterback seems to pull off a miracle, make him look good, and it saves his job. I think Herbert's keeping his job.
Man, but here's my thing. I don't think Herbert is as good as he is. I don't think he's at that point where he'll do have the talent level as a Mahomes to say that he's going to be able to continue to do it on a continuous basis.
Oh, I agree. I think here's the thing about Herbert. I think if Herbert was where Mahomes is. You be talking about Herbert, and you be talking about same thing with Mahomes that you're saying about Herbert now. If he's on the Chargers, and the same thing you're saying about Herbert, he was on the Chiefs. you be saying the same thing about him, how great he is. I
Yeah.
think he has that kind of talent. He has, he has a big body frame. He like a 6'5", 240, 230, something like that. He can scramble. He's a mobile quarterback in the sense of, he's not standing in the pocket, and he's not a Fields or a Lamar, but he still can move. You know what I'm saying? He can get out of jam. So you can't just rush him and blitz him. Don't think he's not gonna get out of it. He can get out of it. So he's got mobility. He has an arm. He has talent.
Yeah.
I think if he had a better coach, you would be talking more about him. And then you have talented receiver. They just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking at how this team is, then you got a talented running back.
Yeah.
So I think is you got to point to the coaching when it comes to the Charger on this particular one, because you got names on defense. You know what I'm saying? And defense need to be worse than offense. And then you look at this performance yesterday. How you dropping passes, bro?
Yeah, and your wide receiver that went in the first round.
That is lack of concentration. Why you not focused? What's you know what I'm saying? What's causing you not to focus like that?
Well, Quentin Johnson, the first round wide receiver that they got.
He been dropping all the time, but I'm just saying.
He's been inconsistent all season. Because if you look at all the wide receivers who've been rookies, his name ain't been mentioned.
I forgot he was over there. For real. Until we played him, I was like, oh, yeah, that's where he went.
Oh,
you know
man, that's wild. Before we get to preview tonight's game, I got to get your thoughts and opinions on this, man. Joe Burrow out for the season, bro.
It's over for Cincinnati.
Oh, it's done?
Cooked.
It's done. It's done.
Anthony said
it's done. I mean, the offense is Joe Burrow.
He said they cooked.
The offense is Joe Burrow. And anytime you can take 9 sacks and still win a game, the offense is Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? No, not to say that they don't have great receivers. They got talented receivers, but it's still Joe Burrow makes that offense go. He gone. I agree with him though. They cook, bro. It's over with.
All right, so
that's the only way to put it at this point.
Right.
So let's look at their remaining schedule. All right. So
Man,
first,
look, let me tell you something. They could be playing backyard state. Without Joe Burrow, they're not winning.
All right. So, but I'm saying they 5-5. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They 5-5. You know, the team that is at the seventh spot.
Right.
6-4, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right.
Okay.
So that's the 7th seed. That's the last wild card. All right. Then obviously I don't think they're winning the division. That's fair to say. That's fair to say.
They're going to finish last, most likely.
All right. Yeah. So to get to the 7th seed, where the Pittsburgh Steelers at is 6-4, they're 5-5. So let's just take a look at their schedule.
Okay.
Matter of fact, they got the Steelers coming up next.
That's a loss.
Really? The way the offense of Pittsburgh is?
Loss. I think that's a loss.
It's a loss, bro. I think still a defense is gonna kill whoever they put in that quarterback. This defense might score.
Yeah, but come on, that Pittsburgh offense
Burrow bails them out a lot.
Yeah, Burrow. It's like a damn tongue twister. Burrow gets him out a lot of jams. I mean, like I said, man, when you get sacked 9 times and still win a game, bro, that's your quarterback. Your quarterback is a great quarterback.
Anthony Price said Pittsburgh is a great example of you don't need a quarterback to win games.
Yeah, someone needs to get them a quarterback. I mean, seriously.
Yeah,
if they had a quarterback, man, they would be a lot better. I mean,
a whole lot.
Kenny Pickett is just terrible this year. He's really not good.
All right. Okay. So Jaguars.
Loss.
Yeah, that's a loss.
Okay. Colts.
That might be a loss.
I think that's a win.
The Colts are playing pretty decent this year, and they don't have a quarterback. I don't know, bro. But the
Colts though.
If they win the game, I wouldn't be surprised. Put it that way. Go ahead.
Okay. Vikings.
They might win that game.
I think that's a win.
Steelers again.
That's a loss.
They might split one of these games, but I'll go loss.
Chiefs.
That's a loss.
Loss.
Browns.
Loss.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
they ain't making it.
Okay, that's fair. I mean,
That
they
Browns
could.
defense is elite too, man. That
Yeah, that
defense
Browns
is really good.
That defense is
To be
great.
down that much to the Ravens and to have a defensive score and come back and win that game, that's the defense.
Right.
The defense is elite. And that just sucks for the obviously for me personally as a fan of the NFL, him not being able to play for the rest of the season, that is
They came into the season hurt.
yeah.
He started off hurt, bro.
But they were cooking, and then I don't know when the injury occurred. I think it happened the week before, and I think they didn't disclose that information, and then he played Baltimore, because you look at the hit, it wasn't nothing crazy.
Well, sometimes it's the way you fall, the way you land. It ain't about the hit. It's when
we talking about a fractured wrist, dog. Because when I saw it, it didn't look like he landed on it in any bad kind of awkward way. I'm thinking it happened long before that Ravens game, and then it got worse. I think that was a re-aggravation, not an actual initial break or aggravating of that.
I don't know about that. Ant.
You seen the video of him getting off the plane with the brace?
Oh, see, I've heard people talk about it, and then I've heard some kind of information that it just wasn't right the week before against the Texans, leading into that game for Baltimore. And you talking about that quick turnaround of losing to the Texans and then turning around and playing Baltimore, because we can't sleep on Houston's defense. It's solid. Now, is Baltimore's defense? No, but it's solid. So it's wild. What did AP say? He said, "Do we believe Browns or Pittsburgh will win the division over the Ravens?" No,
I don't believe that.
Nah.
I think the Ravens probably win it, but I think it'll be close between one of those two teams.
Yeah. One more quick question, and then we'll talk about Monday Night Football. Vikings Broncos. I thought it was actually an entertaining game last night.
What? Entertaining?
I picked the Broncos to win that one.
Right, it was a solid game. It was a solid game.
Let me tell you something. The Broncos need to make sure they keep their field goal kicker upright. That's the start of the game. Make sure he don't get hurt. Fuck Russell Wilson. Make sure the field goal kicker don't kick
the Saints.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you can only put the ball in the end zone one time.
Yeah, but
it's all field goals.
They put it in when it mattered, though.
I'm saying, but still, bro.
Sutton's down there somewhere.
Yeah, Sutton down there somewhere. So I'm gonna say this. I know a lot of people were down on the Broncos early in the season. I was one of them. You know, they ain't gonna do shit. They're 5-5 and right there in the middle of the playoff race. Do they make the playoffs?
Don't fall.
I think they can sneak in. I think they honestly can.
Do not fall for it.
Don't fall for it, Mel?
Don't fall for it.
Oh.
I don't know.
Don't do it.
I don't know, bro.
Don't do it.
Hey, that defense has been playing lights out, dog.
Just remember, what's the timestamp? It's 5:48 on Monday, November the 20th.
Hey, man.
We're gonna revisit this right here. When they
pull up
outside
their
looking
schedule.
in. Yeah, pull up their schedule, Lord. Who they got?
So they got Browns.
That's a loss.
Loss.
Texans.
That might be a loss. But the Texans playing.
Yeah, it might be a loss, yeah.
Chargers.
That may win that one.
Win. I think that's a win.
Yeah.
Lions.
That's a loss.
Loss.
Patriots.
That's a win.
Chargers.
Win.
Raiders.
Win.
You know what? I'm gonna say this: the Raiders may win that game. They got rid of Josh McDaniels, and they might be playing. You know, you got Pierce, got them boys playing, got the right attitude.
You're 2-1 with Antonio Pierce as coach. 2-1. So you got two teams.
I just think the Broncos are gonna continually improve with confidence now. I don't see them taking a step backward.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they're already so far down. Like, they were in the beginning of the year, they're in the Jets situation now. They couldn't score, they couldn't do nothing. Their defense wasn't playing good throughout of every game, but now they're really improving. So I feel like at this point, if they get a couple big wins in a row, that momentum that they're going to ride, I think that they could definitely win and make the playoffs.
Okay.
Hey, I just had to ask the question because I mean I was down on the Broncos. I threw a lot of shade at our guy Hot Take Jake, who's feeling on cloud nine.
I just don't shade on him just out of just on strength.
Hey, but they won 4 in a row. You know, defense is playing well, and there's a victory over the Chiefs and the Bills in that mix. You know, kind of cooling off the hot Minnesota Vikings last night. All I'm saying is it's hard to say that they won't be able to make that last wild card spot. Just because we've seen, I don't know, it's just been so up and down with Sean Payton. I've seen good coaching from him and I've seen bad coaching from him in the same season. It's
true.
weird.
That's true.
It's so weird. I don't even know what to really make of the Broncos. I mean, it's I just hate the fact that they're winning. I mean, hey, got to call a spade. Broncos are that defense has been playing lights out. They've been causing hella turnovers for their opponent, and that's what's been keeping them in the game. And Russell Wilson, let's ride. And Russell Wilson's doing enough to take advantage of it. And I mean, that's kind of encapsulating the Broncos these last few weeks is that Russell Wilson sometimes finds that little Russ magic a little bit. And hey man, I don't even know what to to describe this season for the Broncos, but we'll see what happened. Monday Night Football tonight, fellas. Philadelphia Eagles. They are in town. I went out with a couple of the homies. As you can tell, my voice is kind of, I wasn't feeling too good this morning, but me and a couple of high school homies went out Saturday night, and Eagles fans they already here. They are
really?
Bro, these Eagles fans, they were in packs, dog. So we got Eagles, Chiefs. Kind of give me your thought process on this, Mel, and who you leaning towards.
I don't know, man. I want to see when is this the time that the Eagles offense get Judy.
So pedestrian, bro.
I want to see is this the time where someone gonna take advantage of the Eagles offense not playing like we used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? It's like they've been playing teams, not really being a strong offense, but finding ways to win. Then I can say the same thing about Kansas City too. Now, so having said that, now you look at the defenses. Whose defense is better? I still think when the draft happened and you saw who they got and who was already on the team, everybody predicted this defense is going to be lights out, 2000 Ravens dominant defense. They haven't been that. Just haven't been that. So I think that if the Chiefs can find their chiefly offense like they normally used to seeing, I think they can win this game. The Eagles got a chip on their shoulder because of Super Bowl. So, you have that factor, but I'm still leaning towards Kansas City on this one.
Okay. AR, man, kind of give your thought process on tonight's Monday Night Football game.
I need the Eagles to lose so the Lions can be tied.
I think the Eagles are going to win.
Okay.
I'm looking at it as like how you made a good point, that Super Bowl, it's obviously been something that they've been working hard to, they've been looking forward to this game for a while. You know what I'm saying? They want to get this win and prove to everybody, we're contenders again. Last year was last year, but this year we're going to come in and do what we got to do. The Eagles have been a weird team. I mean, for a team that was coming off the Super Bowl last year and being as good as they are this year, you don't hear a lot about the Eagles, in my opinion. I haven't really heard a bunch of buzz around the Eagles and stuff.
Right.
But I mean, the Eagles, they're just a well put together team, and I think top to bottom, they are more prepared for this game than the Chiefs are. The Chiefs obviously got Mahomes and Kelsey. You know, they got their dudes, but again, I just feel like the Chiefs always seem to me that they're just one injury away from not being a good team no more. You know, if you lose Kelsey, if you lose Mahomes, that team is just completely going to crumble, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. I just feel like the Eagles with their up front dominant on both sides of the ball, and Hurts in his receiving core. I mean, it's hard to stop. I mean, to be honest, I think the Eagles take the win. I don't think the Chiefs are good enough to, I think, beat them this time around. I don't know. We'll see, but I think the Eagles take this one.
Yeah. Okay. Man, I obviously for those who are Chiefs fans, tap in with Wild Card Chief podcast that I do for the Kansas City Chiefs, dedicated to the Kansas City Chiefs. I had a good friend of the show, Cool McCain, does a lot of content. Meeting him, he's an Eagles content creator. That episode is dropping at 6:00 Central Time, 7:00 Eastern Standard Time, right before an hour before the game. So tap in with that, and I go definitely more in depth about this matchup. But I'll say this: both of these teams are a mirror image of each other. Both offenses are still producing the yardage, as in still can, between the 20s, they can move the football, they can get up and down the field, but they've struggled in the red zone, had some turnover issues from Hurts, had some turnover issues from Mahomes. There's been, I think the only advantage is that the Chiefs defense has been playing more consistently better than the Eagles defense, but it's not like the Eagles defense can't live up to playing good defense tonight, because you still have to put into the factor that Mahomes has been giving up interceptions like crazy this year. That's just a fact. And my fellow Chiefs Kingdom and fans can get mad at me all they want. You've been watching the same football games I've been watching. Patrick Mahomes has been look at his interception rate. It's not good. And that's not something that we're not accustomed to. Same thing with the Eagles fans. They're not accustomed to Hurts throwing these many interceptions and turnovers. Both quarterbacks are still moving the football. Both offenses are still moving the football. They don't look as dominant as they did last year. Neither team offense look as dominant as they did last year, or crisp and clean as they did last year. That's the thing that a lot of people who not paying attention to, is that both of these offenses aren't as crisp and clean and buttoned up as they were last year. That's just a fact, because the turnovers are high on both ends. This is a turnover game. It's a little wet out here in Kansas City right now. It's some rain. So what does that do? That makes it to pretty much, I'm not saying it automatically makes it a one-dimensional game, as in running the football, but more times than not, the rain can help aid the game to being a one-dimensional game, as in you won't be having as many passing attempts. So if you go down to that, it goes to the rushing. And I love what DeAndre Swift and Jalen Hurts can do with the running. I love what Pacheco does for the Chiefs. This comes down to turnovers and who can move the ball on the ground. It's going to be tough sledding for the Chiefs against that good rush defense of Philly. Their rush defense is better than the Chiefs. But there's always a coin flip. And I'm always going to pick Mahomes over Hurts. Mahomes is just that guy. He will always be the X factor. Obviously, I'm going to choose the Chiefs, but I will not be surprised if the Chiefs lose this game. I won't be surprised, because the Eagles are a good team. They are. This is a well-balanced Monday night matchup that we got. I'm excited to see it. I think it's going to be a dope. But we'll see what happens. I mean, hey, you play to win the game, and you gotta lace up your boots, strap your shoulder pads in, put your helmet on, make sure that chin strap is buckled tight, because it's going to be, a very competitive game. Obviously, the Eagles will want to have some type of slight revenge for what happened in February, but it is what it is. I think we finally get a damn good matchup. But hey, man, we're gonna get up out of here. AR, man, we appreciate you joining us today, my brother.
Oh, yeah, appreciate you, man.
Of course. Thanks for having me on. It's been a while.
Nah, no doubt, man. Hey, Case, hey, we understand, man. You a student athlete, man. You got a busy schedule. How'd the season turn out, man?
So I'll start for the team. The team, we improved record-wise. We had a very rough out-of-conference schedule. We played 2 top 15 ranked teams, or one was top 20, one was top 15 ranked teams this year, and then another team from their conference that was just outside of that. So we were 5-5, but first year with a new head coach. We were 2-8 the year before, so definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me personally, I led the conference in catches, and I made this second team for all conference. So
Nice.
definitely
good, man.
a pretty good sophomore year. So just getting back to work now, lifting that kind of stuff to prepare for spring ball and stuff.
Nah, no doubt, no doubt. We always want to shout you out, man. We were rooting for you all season. Hopefully,
Oh yeah.
championship, but it's all good. Hey, going from 2-8 to 5-5 is an
That's an
improvement.
improvement.
Yeah,
Hey, how about them Lions?
Yeah.
That was a great game.
Well, I just wanted you to celebrate in silence, but I mean, you can go ahead and...
I did. Now it's coming out.
He's been celebrating the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's bubbling over.
Hey, but guess what? Hey, I'll say this.
Mhm.
You got to get those ugly wins, and that was an ugly win, but you got it.
I ain't gonna lie though. A brother turned the game off.
Hey, because your boy Jared Goff was pissing you
I
off.
was like, this motherfucker.
Goes from throwing no interceptions to 3
know
in
what
one
I'm
game.
So I did. I turned it off and I looked at the thing. What the hell?
Yeah.
Go back
The
and watch
script.
it. Right.
Yeah, the script was right. But hey, man,
Anyway, appreciate you, AP, man, for being up here. I'm not AP. I'm just other.
Yeah. Hey, all
Too
right,
many
man.
Anthony's, man.
Appreciate you. Yeah,
Yes,
too many.
sir.
That's right. Hey, man, we gonna shut it down. Y'all tap in with us. I.O.W Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I.O.W Sports 1 on the Twitter. Tap in with us, man. We out of here. Peace and love.
Peace.
Peace.